Clive Barker's Jericho is a 2007 horror-themed first-person shooter. Developed by Mercury Steam and published by Codemasters, Jericho, written by author and artist Clive Barker, has you leading a diverse squad of psychic operators against horrors unimaginable. Want to play it with me?
The world as we know it does not exist without struggle. Our civilization is under constant assault from forces we would once have called the powers of hell. In truth, these forces are far more ancient than Christianity. More ancient than any religion that has left its trace upon our species' soul. It is evil incarnate, and it has been working to destroy our highest aspirations, our faith in love and light, since we came into being. But we do not dare name this evil. To do so would be to admit to its presence in our world. To acknowledge that its servants walk the same streets that we walk, and its overlords, depraved, corrupt, and hungry for our flesh and our destruction, are hidden in the empty wastes of our planet, awaiting the day of mankind's execution. Only one power stands between us and universal death. Warrior magicians, who have dedicated their lives to our protection. Most of us will never know their names, nor the battlefields where they wage their secret wars, nor will we ever honor their dead. But they are with us, always, armed, vigilant, and ready to die for another tomorrow. Jericho. They are called Jericho. They know all too well what the enemy is capable of. That before our species perishes, we will be tortured into madness, devoured alive. And they will do all in their power to protect us from such atrocities. If the world exists tomorrow, now you know why. Jericho.
An ancient city emerged from the sands of time, bringing with it the seed of all evil.
Rawlings, Church, Cole, secure the entrance. The rest of you with me.
Still picking up the signal from the Swiss Guard recon squad?
Yeah, but I can't get a lock. I'm getting close, but there's lots of interference.
That's never a good sign.
Hold up.
What in God's name?
The Swiss team. Or what's left of them.
Hey, there's someone here.
Holy shit!
The main menu is a stretched mass of flesh and meat covered in buzzing insects. So yeah, it lets you know what you're getting into here. We start a new game on hard difficulty. On loading screens, the game gives you little bits of lore or story summation in the style of these typewriter word scrolls. Neat, but they go really slowly. Thankfully, through the power of Vegas, we can speed them up and I can just read them. And God created the firstborn in his own image, an entity neither male nor female, dark nor light, a singular being that was both beautiful and terrible to behold. Disturbed by the power of his creation, God left it unfinished, banishing the firstborn from reality to the abyss, forsaken and unloved. In its place, God started fresh, the slate wiped clean. He divided his next creation into two sexes, gave it intellect, reason, emotion. He gave it the gift of love. He gave it a soul. Biblical Apocrypha, Gnostic texts.
It's happening again.
Where is this? This is where it
All started.
This isn't real.
It's as real as your soul. Help me.
It's 3 in the morning. You felt it too? When? Oh, shit. Okay. I'll see you at the airfield. They call us the Jericho Squad. We are the top secret combat arm of the U.S. Army Chaplains Corps. As far as the government is concerned, we don't exist. Each of us is a specialist in one of the arcane arts. The Army calls what we do covert occult warfare. It's just a fancy euphemism for witches with guns. There was a time when the church would have burned people like us as heretics and monsters. Now, we fight their wars for them.
Not much of a view, is it? But somewhere down there is the cause of 4,000 years of human conflict. Name any conqueror. Napoleon, Kublai Khan. They've all fought and bled for Al-Khali. It may well be the oldest city in human history. It's also ground zero for Operation Vigil. The rest is strictly need to know. And for the moment, you don't. Vigil was my first assignment with the department. Recognize that cheerful fella beside me?
Arnold Leach.
Our old friend. This was taken back in '62, before we had any idea what he was capable of.
Ritual murders in Baltimore, gas attacks in Sydney, and those poor kids in London.
You got it. Anyway, Leach and his so-called Brotherhood of the Dark Rapture have been trying to gain access to Al-Khali for nearly 20 years. It seems that 2 days ago, he finally gave up on subtlety.
Where'd you get these?
Remote viewers at Langley got some psychographic images out before Leach shut them down.
Okay, we'll run this just like the Glamis breach a few years ago. Cole scans for temporal anomalies?
No, this isn't the same, not even close. Trust me when I tell you that the team has never faced anything like this before.
What's the plan?
Infiltrate the dig site and neutralize Leach and his cronies before they can open the breach. Colonel Ackland of the Swiss Guard is providing perimeter security. He'll give us a sit rep once we're on the ground.
Wake up, Frank.
We there yet?
God, I hate the fucking desert.
Pretend it's the beach.
What the hell is that?
It's happening again.
This is where it
All started. Help me.
Hold on, this is gonna get rough.
Captain, there are no reports of sandstorm activity in this area. This is not a natural phenomenon, sir.
This is as close as we get. That wind will snap this bird in two.
We'll take it from here! Safe flying!
See you at the LZ.
You waiting for an invitation, Jericho? Go, go, go!
We play as Devin Ross, captain of Jericho. We learn that Jericho is the top squad for the U.S. Army Chaplains Corps, a secret branch of the Army focusing on supernatural threats. Yeah, this game isn't one for subtlety, but if you can stomach a little cheese, I find it rewarding at least. We've touched down in Al-Khali, a secret city that our handler, a priest named Paul Rawlings, refuses to tell us much about. All we know is that we've been getting strange visions leading us to this place, and that Arnold Leach, a former occult operative turned rogue, was sighted here. And by rogue, I mean he leads a cult called the Brotherhood of Dark Rapture, so yeah, probably not a good guy. We get a transmission from a Colonel Ackland who tells us that the Brotherhood of Dark Rapture attacked their research facility here and were being sent in to investigate. The tutorial gods have seen fit to deny us any actions other than walking until we reach a stone wall that blocks our path. We can press V to perform a melee attack, though the one we currently have isn't all that useful. At the moment, we have access to a primary fire shotgun with a secondary fire assault rifle. Interesting, since it's usually reversed. We can select the firing rate for our assault rifle, which we leave on full auto for now. We see the first of our squad mates' abilities as Abby Black, our sniper, shows off her telekinetic powers to break down the suspiciously door-like stone blocking our path. Ruins of Al-Khali, Middle East. The Department of Occult Warfare has sent in Jericho team, a 7-man unit trained in both conventional and occult warfare, to investigate. All attempts at contacting the outpost inside Al-Khali have failed. With tensions already running high in the region, this is the event that could trigger the apocalypse.
Fascinating. The mural's Sumerian, but the writing's Aramaic.
Ancient taggers?
Well, that are art critics.
What's it say? Help wanted.
The gateway to paradise is unlocked with the souls of the innocent and the blood of gods.
So, which are we?
Well, we're not gods. Speak for yourself.
Shit! It was a joke! Whoa! Look out! QuickTime event hitting you like a hot fart! Yep, this game was made in 2007, which means it has QuickTime events. I don't think hitting the input before Ross falls down actually does anything, but you do have to hit the corresponding directions to get back up. I do kind of like that it just throws you into one of these, but it's a bit confusing on PC when you just see the arrows pop up. After escaping death, we see that this game is dark. I mean, it's dark thematically, but it's also just plain-ass dark. The flashlight helps, but it's very much a horror game flashlight, not an FPS one, so you can only see a bit of your screen at some points. The squad emerges to find the sandstorm is gone, but also the sun is gone? I'm sure that's normal. We lead the squad a bit before we finally run into something that moves. We learn that we can control our squad with the middle mouse button, scrolling down to tell them to hold position and up to follow us.
Show me your hands!
Easy, guys. They could be friendly.
Look at this.
What you got?
I don't think they're alive, sir.
Permission to fire.
Hold fire!
Bullshit, man. Look at him.
He said
So for some reason, we shoot the obviously innocent, friendly natives of this hidden death city. The gunplay in Jericho is, chunky? I'm not sure what word best describes it. It doesn't feel amazing, but it doesn't feel awful either. Enemies on hard can be kind of damage sponges, but you can still pop heads, and popping heads is going to be satisfying. After our wanton murder, we find that the squad is completely cut off from outside communications. Here, the squad is split into two, Alpha Squad and Omega Squad. Alpha is sent on a recon, while we go with Omega to search for the research facility.
Take Alpha and do some recon.
First, though, we enjoy some of the friendly local decor. Rawlings says that an Agent Green was in charge of the facility and that finding her should be our priority. The locals attempt to give us friend hugs, but the team misinterprets their natural rusted blade arms as weapons, and we sadly have to terminate them. You'll also notice that, again, since this game was made in 2007, our screen is going to be covered in all sorts of fluids whenever we get hit, and sometimes whenever we hit, and sometimes just because. Some more friendlies appear behind us, late to the friend hug party. We're bad at friend hug parties. Now this is a friend hug party. Look at them. They can't stop hugging. Got the ass out? That's a real friend right there.
How long since you were here last?
Captain Ross,
Who's there?
Ross?
Shh. Listen.
we've been expecting you.
Over there, look! Don't move!
The child from our visions appears and leads us into a few more enemies. These guys are the most basic enemies we'll encounter, but on hard they aren't to be ignored. They take a good amount of bullets, taking at least 2 shotgun hits to the head, and can kill us in 3 or 4 hits. These are, believe it or not actually friendly locals, but members of the Brotherhood of Dark Rapture. For the most part, they just run and flail at you, though this can be more dangerous than you'd expect since they don't really care about getting shot. They can also extend their blade arms, though this attack is fairly rare and easy to avoid.
Ice crystals. The ground's frozen.
A blood sigil? That's serious magic.
It makes sense, doesn't it? If they knew they were under attack, they'd have rites and incantations in place to lock the facility down.
Can you unbind it?
Sure can. This is one of ours. You might want to step back a bit. You should hurry. I don't know how long before it closes again. You don't want to be halfway through when it does, know what I mean?
Rawlings, come with me. Abby, Billy, you two hang back. If that door doesn't open from the inside, I'm gonna need you to let us out.
You got it, sir.
Neat trick.
The lost city of Al-Khali is caught within a box of extremely virulent evil. Today, there are a handful of ruins beneath the desert sands, but this place has been in existence throughout some of the most significant civilizations in history, many of which were oblivious to the tremendous power that lay under their very feet.
What are we looking for?
There's a huge array of paranormal detection and surveillance gear constantly monitoring Al-Khali for any sign that the dimensional rift is weakening. We need to find and recover that data so we can determine what Leech has done, and hopefully undo it.
Our trip through the research facility is fairly uneventful, save for one interrupted friend hug.
Enemy spotted.
Eventually, we reach the facility headquarters and find Muriel Green.
Muriel!
Drop your weapon!
Don't you fucking move!
Muriel, it's me, Paul.
You're one of them! I know it!
I said drop the goddamn gun, now!
Muriel, I swear it's me, Paul Rawlings. We met in '96. I was your handler in Chechnya, then Sudan.
What about Prague?
Prague, 1999. New Year's Eve at the Hotel Bohemia. We danced a Cole Porter tune sung in Czech, then drank ourselves stupid on absinthe. I'm afraid my memory gets a bit fuzzy after that. Are you hurt?
Something terrible's happened. They've already opened the breach. It's already out.
What's out? What's she talking about?
Operation Godseal. That's why they sent you, isn't it? You've got to stop it, Paul. If you don't, we've lost everything. Everyone in the world is lost.
Did you manage to record the event itself? If we can pinpoint the source of the temporal distortion, we can find the breach.
Ross, can you read me?
I'm here.
We got trouble. Alpha needs backup.
What's your location?
Northwest corner of the dig site. Multiple hostiles. We keep firing, but they just keep coming.
Sit tight. We're on our way. Alpha needs help.
We can't leave her here.
I'm not asking. Abby, Billy, we're moving out.
We head back the way we came, where Ross chides Rawlings a bit.
I thought you were a priest.
I am a priest.
Well, what about Prague?
I'm also human.
Heh. Outpost Virgil, established to investigate the unusual activities of the box during the Second World War. The Allies knew that the Germans, led by the Full Society, were carrying out extensive excavation work on some mysterious ruins without any apparent reason. We meet up with the squad members we left outside and fight our way to Alpha Team's position. On our way, we come across a new enemy, explosive cultists. As the name implies, they explode. They also have big yellow pustules that just scream, "Shoot me," so we do, which causes them to explode, but this time not in our face. We find Alpha in the midst of battle with these cultists, who keep popping up out of the ground. When fighting the cultists, it's best to have the explosive ones be your priority, since your teammates do not care where the cultists are when they blow up, and will shoot them when they're looking them in the face. After taking care of them, we ask another squad mate, Simone Cole, about the situation.
Do some extreme data recovery. You up to it?
That depends on the level of temporal distortion experienced at the site in relation to the event horizon of the breach itself. If the vortex is strong enough to cause a feedback loop, then theoretically, if the data existed, then it's always existed, sir.
I have no idea what you just said.
I think I can recover the data, sir.
Good enough for me.
Good. Jericho reunited, we start to head back to the research facility. On our way, we get into a couple of firefights with cultists, where a squad member goes down, and we finally learn what Ross's power is other than being generic first-person shooter man. He's a medic, able to revive teammates when they fall with magical healing powers.
That was intense.
We also run across some meat that screams at us.
This isn't human blood, sir. At least not all of it is.
We get into our hardest fight yet, with multiple cultists of the hug and exploding types. Again, it's usually best to focus on the explosive cultists, but some members of the squad are inevitably going to go down by shooting at them. We just heal them up and continue until we get a message from Green.
They're coming into the bunker! Oh, hurry!
Muriel!
Pick it up, guys! Double time! Shit! Everyone stack up! Jones, you feeling anything?
Arnold Leach knows all too well what tactics the Jericho team will use to track him down. Carefully, he chooses someone to infiltrate DOW from the inside to feed him information he needs to be one step ahead of the Jericho team. He knows that they'll use data gathered by Muriel Green to track him down, and he can't let this happen. The facility is now infested with cultists, and the fight to Green is much harder than it was before. Eventually, we reach headquarters and find out her fate.
Rawlings.
I sent her here. I thought we needed space. I was afraid someone might find out.
This is likely to cause a considerable amount of dimensional displacement, sir. You may want to step outside.
Rawlings doesn't have much time to mourn, as we are mauled by cultists as Cole begins to transfer data. What follows is a fairly lengthy segment where you have to defeat waves of cultists, but since your whole squad is sequestered on a platform, it's not too difficult. We focus on taking down explodey boys before they reach us and shotgun anything that gets too close.
The temporal fall now. You might feel it. Bump.
Man, I hate when she does that.
Cole, what have you got for me?
Alkali sits atop a 7-point intersection of ley lines. Leach has pinpointed this intersection and made a substantial blood sacrifice to open the dimensional rift.
Yes, but to open a portal of that size, he'd have to kill thousands. The Brotherhood only number a couple of hundred at best.
Doesn't matter. Leech is a tantrist. Casters like Leech, they build up a charge.
A karma bomb.
That's right. All that shit those dark rapture dickheads have been pulling, killing babies, blowing up schools. They've been saving up that negative karma for this moment. How the hell did we miss something like that?
You almost sound impressed.
I am. Spellcraft like that takes vision. Foresight, man.
You're sick.
Sir, I've pinpointed the exact location of the breach. I've also detected something coming through it.
You know the drill, guys. Form up and move out.
Sumerian mystics that seek to protect humanity have always kept 7 warrior priests at the ready should the Firstborn return. Each time, this ancient order is sent into the box to confront the Firstborn. Somehow, each previous team has succeeded in closing the rift at a price.
Leech.
And how have you been, Devon? Getting much sleep?
I'm gonna cook you, you piece of shit.
So no, then.
We're closing the breach, Arnold. You can either get out of the way or we can kill you here. I'm fine either way.
So yeah, Spooky Voice belongs to Arnold Leach should you have any reservations about him being a bad guy. It takes a while for us to get to Leach as we have to fight through a lot of cultists to get there. There's one fun part where you can funnel a bunch of explodey boys into a narrow corridor and blow them up. Eventually, we reach an altar in an open space, and you know what? This is a good-looking game. I know a lot of the graphics go toward making stuff look gross and disgusting, but honestly, for 2007, this game has a lot of fidelity, and I'd say it holds up really well.
Standard procedure, guys?
Yep, just like Glamis. Billy and Rawlings will purify the area.
That won't be enough. I told you this isn't like the others. As of this moment, Operation Godseal is in effect.
Doesn't it get old, Devon? Every time we make contact with something greater than ourselves, your master sets you out to destroy it. Don't you ever bother to ask yourself why? What kind of magician are you?
Cole, he's spying on us, goddammit. Jam him!
Sir!
We're attacked by flying creatures that sling what look like spines at us. These are actually fairly dangerous and don't go down easily since our rifle's automatic fire runs out of ammo rather quickly. Eventually we defeat them and the child appears once more.
He's trying to stall us. Priest, you better get explaining.
Operation Godseal. It's the reason Jericho exists. There's an ancient Gnostic text that speaks of a being created before man.
Wait, I know this. God couldn't destroy his first creation, so he locked it away, banished from the earth so he could start over again. Then he made mankind, and he gave us flaws to keep the balance right. But the firstborn was jealous.
And its rage could not be contained. It's been waiting, accumulating power.
What? You believe that apocalyptic horse shit?
It doesn't matter if you believe it. There have been plenty throughout history who have. Whatever lies on the other side of the breach has been calling to Leech and others like him in the hopes that someone could set it free.
Same old story. Every time we discover some fucked up ancient force, some asshole back in Langley wants us to put a collar around it and make it our pet.
No, we were trying to contain it.
What the fuck is that?
I need you, Devon.
Ross, don't go.
The only way to end this is to set me free.
By the way, no, you cannot shoot the child. We aren't given any other choice than to step up onto the altar.
Master, don't you see that? Is it just me too? So many promises of untapped power, forbidden knowledge, your most troubling questions answered. Am I correct? You're all witches and heretics the same as us. You know what they do to witches, don't you? What do you think they'll do with you when there's no one left to burn? I am sorry, Devon, but it's you he wants.
Ross! Oh, shit!
Rawlings, get over here!
Hold on, Ross!
Damn you, Ross! Don't give up!
Come on, damn it! Come on!
They're getting closer! Do something!
We're losing him!
Leave him! They're coming in from everywhere!
Frank, help me!
Billy! Watch out! Oh my god, he's fucking dead! What do we do now?
Everyone, follow me! Come on! There's the breach!